Hi everyone, Tom was here, back at another card video, but this time we really went in deep. Over the past few months, especially with me being saddled up at home, not being able to go out about and do anything, I have jumped both feet into the card hobby. I always kind of dabbled in cards, but this time I've really jumped in hard. And to prove that I've jumped in hard, I actually submitted some cards to be graded with SGC, and they just returned to me here. They are running a basketball special. You can send in any basketball card and it will get graded for $12 a card. If you're not familiar with grading and how expensive usually grading is, $12 a card for especially a notable company like SGC is a surprisingly good bargain, considering some of these companies can charge up to 25, in some cases 30 and beyond if it's a more expensive card. As I've, kind of stumbled into this hobby, I don't have any super high-end mega cards. It was just more things that, I thought would be a cool thing to get graded. Things I had that I've got via Whatnot, via eBay, via local card stores and local card shows. Notable players that I think, would be a solid investment to potentially get graded, as well as things that I just wanted to grade, on my own. You and are just keepers for me. So, I'm not too confident about this. When you jump into this, it seems like everybody knows what they're doing, whether they're talking a good game or not. But when you're coming into this, kind of blind as far as, grading and things to look for and all that stuff, if you've never really done it before, it can be a little intimidating. And I was certainly intimidated to the point where I was not sure I was ever going to send any cards in to get graded, because it seemed like it'd be a waste of money and I'd get low grades and they wouldn't be, they wouldn't end up being any good. But you know what? I was like, let's take a chance. Let's see. The $12 special was there. I'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. So let's jump into this. This is 5 cards. I've seen people that have submitted like 30, 60, 90 cards when they were paying like top dollar, like $30 a card, and getting killed grade-wise. I didn't want to do that. Here's a quick 5 card. There was a 5 card experiment, basically. So let's get into it. SGC grading reveal. It's tuxedo time on Tom Was Here.
Hey guys, it's Blake Henson, and you're watching Tom Was Here.
Okay, so when they send over the, when they do grade your cards, they do send you the grades. I did not look at that, because I was like, you know what, we're going to see, we're just going to do this blind. We're going to hope for the best. Tuxedo slabs here. I've watched many a video on this type of stuff, but I've never actually done it myself. This is the first one here. Yeah. We're gonna see how it goes. I can't say confidence is super high. I mean, I feel like I knew kind of what I was doing. Doesn't mean I did know what I was doing. So the grades are this way, assuming these are backs. Okay, so these are backs. Okay, so let's go to the back. We'll go to the back. Pull out the invoice here. And we'll just go, it's a quick 5 card. It's not going to be a super long video. But just want to give you a backstory of why I sent some of the cards that I did. This top card here, a tried and true experiment card. It was to, test the limits of what this was. This was a Whatnot buy. It's a Luka rookie card. And the price that it goes for normally is about $30. The cheapest I could find on eBay, I buy it now, was $30 for just a not graded Luka rookie. Now, when I purchased this card, and I purchased this, as full disclosure, on Whatnot for $3, which is far less than $30 it is buy it now on the thing. But the dude did convey, he said, listen, I'm putting this up for a very low price. It does have a corner ding. It may not grade as high as others. And I went, you know what? I'm curious to see what a corner ding could do for this card. Like how low is it going to grade is what I'm curious about. So let's see if I can hide. Look at that little hide mark. Oh, look at that. Oh, you already said the grade. I'm not this good at it. Okay, so 2018, 2019 Panini Hoops, Luka rookie card. See that corner ding there. There's also some like a little surface thing on the side here. But other than that, it looked pretty good to me. That doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. But it got an 8.5, which is actually, I'll be honest, with the corner ding and with the side thing, I expected worse. So I'll take that. Not, I mean, could I thought maybe it'd sneak away with a 9 because the rest of the card looked pretty good? Sure, but 8.5, that's actually fine by me for that particular one. Now, Caitlin Clark, one of the hot names in basketball at the moment, not just women's basketball, but basketball in general. This is the Panini Instant. It's similar to the Topps now. It is limited, so it's one of 45,316. So a lot of a big number there. There's 45,000 of these cards in existence. But then again, I guess that's a little bit better than some of the other ones that are out there that are just in packs. Let's see if I can sneak this one and put my big fat thumb over it. Okay. So it's the WNBA draft version. I have a Wemby graded card that I got on Whatnot that matches this. In fact, I recently got a LeBron James that I'm going to send off to SGC that matches this as well. Kind of the draft night card here. But this got a 9.5. Not a 10. But I'll be honest, and once again, this is where I don't understand grading. The corners look razor sharp on this. The centering looks pretty good. Maybe it's a little maybe it's a little thin on this side versus the other, and that could be what did it. But not bad. 9.5 I'll take. It's funny, I was talking to my kid about this and I was like, you think I'm gonna get any 10s? He's like, no. And so far we've lived up to that bill. Now, I have a question to propose to you all. Have you ever become a fan of a player based on how they played in a video game? I certainly have. I can go all the way back in the early Maddens, in the early Madden 2004, and single out Samari Roll. I almost bought Samari Roll, the cornerback for the Titans jersey, because of how good he played on Madden. I think the first year I had him, he had 45 interceptions in a year. It was ridiculous. He was a monster. But this is certainly one. If you ever played NBA 2K, Jared Allen is vicious on that game. He is a absolute beast. He will just knock balls into like the 25th row. He'll block. He'll do everything. My son actually bought this card for me. He bought it for $1 on eBay. As you can see, this autograph is guaranteed by Panini. I don't even know how he bought. I know Jared Allen's not like the most sought after name in the NBA, but not only that, let me get my fat thing on there, but it is numbered to 25. Auto numbered to 25, and it was $1. And I was like, you know what? I'll send this off to get graded because Jared Allen's my guy. This is purely a PC thing. And he, plus he's in Cleveland now. Cleveland's technically my local squad, being in Pittsburgh. It's the closest NBA game I can get to. And this got there it is. We actually got a 10. 10 auto, 10 grade. Not bad. Very cool. That's awesome. So yeah, that's a keeper one for me, but I'm thrilled with that, to be honest with you. 14 and 25, so very, very short print there. And Jared Allen. So 185, 195, 110. Okay, now this is another purely PC one for me, and if you watch the intro going into this video, you well know that I sat down with Blake Henson when he was a member of the Pitt basketball team. He is currently a member of the Los Angeles Lakers, playing with Bronny in the G League, and actually doing pretty well. I think his first game out, he had something like 17 points, and he was like 5 for 7 from 3. So, he is a shooter. And I certainly think he can make the big squad. And I certainly think he can be a quality role player in this league because, shooting's everything. Shooting's big in this. So I found an autograph card for him that was on eBay. I think it was like $5 or something. Like not super thing, but I said, and I don't know if I said this on the channel, but I certainly said this to other people, if you've done an intro for me, or you spend the time to talk to me on the channel, I'm a fan for life. And that's certainly the case with Blake Hinson here. I wish him all the best, and I certainly think he can, he can make the big squad. But let's see what we got here. Like I said, I'm not holding out super big hope for this one, or any of them, really. But, not my... It's funny, I had him sign a license plate for me as well when he was at YinzerCon, and his autograph is basically like that. There's not much to it. Hey, listen, with young kids, they don't teach cursive anymore. So, these kids, they're like, autographs, and they're like, oh, I gotta figure out something. And so, some have done initials, some have done just little squigglies. George Pickens certainly does a few oddball ones. But this one here got a... 9.5. So 10 auto, 9.5 grade. First Bowman, really cool. Blake Hinson. I'm happy with that because that's going in the PC. It's not something like I said, not a super sought after card by any stretch, but for me, that's perfectly fine as someone who did an interview and did an intro for the channel. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm happy to add Blake to the collection there. Okay, last but not least, the biggest name in all of basketball, and when you're doing a $12 basketball special, for the most part, you include him because everybody has one, and they're hoping for big things. And certainly, he's won Rookie of the Year so far, and he looks like an absolute phenom. But obviously, careers are long, and who knows what he'll end up being at the end of it. Is he too big? Is he someone that'll be off injured like a Greg Oden or something? Obviously, based on the first season, I don't think, he didn't miss too much time and did win Rookie of the Year. But we're talking about Victor Wembanyama. I have yet to pull a Victor Wembanyama on this channel in a card pack. I don't open a ton of card packs, but I do have some contenders sitting by waiting. But this was a local card store find. I think it was Baseball Card Castle when I went to a show, and I saw it sitting there, and I said, you know what, I have seen all the Wembies, and I have quite a few Wembies from Whatnot, but I do not have an Arriving Now. And I was like, let's send in the Arriving Now for grading because it looked really, really good. To me, as a novice, as a stupid person that doesn't know anything about grading cards, it looked pretty good. That doesn't mean it will be good, but it looked pretty good. So it looks pretty sharp. It looks, I didn't see any major surface issues. It's the Arriving Now. Not technically a rookie, I guess. It doesn't have that rookie shield. So I didn't really think about that. Maybe I do have quite a few Wembies with a rookie shield, so when push comes to shove, if I need Wembies with rookie shields, I could certainly send them in. But this got a 10. Gem Mint 10. Very cool. So we got two 10s. Wemby here and Jared Allen, which I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting on either of them. I was actually... The one I was expecting a 10 on, if I thought anything would be a 10, I really thought it would be this one. But I guess the left to right, now that I look at it, it's more narrow on this side, a little wider on this side. And that's probably what did it in, because everything else on that card looks pretty perfect as far as like the surface and all the other details. But very, very cool to get a 9.5 and a 9.5 on the Hinson. That's a PC card. That will be one that will be staying with me. I'll be holding on to Caitlin as well. In fact, I'll be holding on to all of them. I don't plan on moving any of them, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people, put stuff into grade to flip. I put stuff into grading to collect. Even the Luka here, on the 8.5, didn't have Luka rookie card, and now I do. And even though it's 8.5, it's my first part of my first grading submission, so it'll be something I'll hold on to unless I end up getting a better Luka. Beyond that corner, like I said, the rest of it looks pretty good. But that is it. That's it for the grading submissions, the breakdown, an 8.5, two 9.5s here, and then a 10 in the Wemby and a 10 in the Jared Allen. Let me know your thoughts on SGC. I really like the SGC slabs. With Whatnot, it was always a foreign thing to get slabs because slabs were kind of really expensive, when I was like dabbling in the hobby. But I've gotten so many slabs on Whatnot as of late from all types of different companies under the sun. Some I've heard of, some I haven't heard of. There are some I like. There are not too many that are like, kind of weird looking there, but there are some oddball grading companies with some strange slabs. But admittedly, I do like SGC slabs, even though they are bigger than most. They feel bigger. And when I put this into my like case here, a couple SGC slabs, they are a little bit bigger. It seems wider than other slabs. But you know what? I like them, and I like the price, and I like the turnaround time. I think PSA's, you know, I think they were doing, at this point, they were still running like 30 days. This took about 6. This did not take too long at all. And that's for me sending it in and them sending it back. So they're running pretty efficient here. But that'll wrap it up for my first SGC submission. You know, this makes me feel like I want to do it again. And I'm filming this the night before I'm actually heading to the National, which is on Saturday. This will probably be well after, you'll see this well after that. But I'm going to drop off some more basketball cards there after this, you know, go here, because I feel a little bit more confident in my abilities to spot what potentially could be an issue and what couldn't. I've seen some, you know, on the cards I'm going to submit, some maybe minor surface things or, you know, centering things, but I'm going to give it a shot. I mean, some of these things, like I said, I wasn't sure about this one. It got a 10. I thought this one was pretty good, and it got a 10. I thought this one was going to get a 10. It got a 9.5. What are you going to do? And like I said, the Hinson and this one as an 8.5 when I thought it was going to be, you know, potentially lower. I'm thrilled with that result. So I'm going to give it another chance. But let me know your thoughts on SGC, you know, have you ever sent cards in? The first time you sent cards in was a disaster. This one I felt pretty good. So, but let me know in the comments down below. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you are new here, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Like, support me on Patreon, like John Bailey, like Brett Persing, like Faye N. You can do so. Link is in the description below. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt, a TomWasHere t-shirt, you can do so at Spreadshirt, as well as links to my eBay store, Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, and the Pennsylvania Autograph Collectors Association. Links are in the description below. But when it comes to the next card grading video, or the next video in general, we will see you soon. But until then, bye everyone.